If you've been dreaming about strapping a Rolex onto your wrist, you might want to pay attention now because those lofty price tags are starting to take a nosedive. In the luxe world of Swiss watches, where Rolex, Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet reign, the prices are hitting a two-year low. The Bloomberg Subdial Watch Index, our go-to for tracking the elite 50 of the pre-owned luxury watch market, shows an 18% tumble in the last year. Remember the price spikes in early 2022, fueled by pandemic retail therapy? Well, it seems that party's over. You see, luxury spending has cooled off and Swiss watchmakers find themselves with a classic case of too many watches, too few wrists. Nowadays, snagging a Rolex for between $6,000 and $7,000 isn't unheard of. While that's hardly pocket change, it's a relative bargain, especially next to the likes of Patek Philippe, where the starting line is around $20,000. And lucky for you, we've picked out 5 Rolex models, now going for less than their usual retail ripoff. So before we jump in, don't forget to like and subscribe to Opulent Oasis. Ready to check out these deals? Let's get this show on the road. Rolex GMT-Master, reference 126715CHNR. Meet the 2018 Rolex GMT-Master Root Beer, not your everyday watch. It debuted with a splash sporting a 40mm case in rose gold that's not too chunky at 12.3mm thick, stretching 48mm across the wrist and sitting comfortably with a 20mm lug width. The real showstopper here? Its bezel featuring a sleek black and brown ceramic insert that gives a nod to the iconic brown and gold bezels from the past, but with a modern twist. Strapped on a rose gold oyster bracelet with polished center links that catch the light just right, this watch is a smooth operator. And let's talk about what's under the hood, the Rolex Caliber 3285. This modern automatic GMT movement ticks away at 28,800 vibrations per hour and keeps you running for nearly 3 days on its 70-hour power reserve. If you're in the market for something truly golden, this Rolex could tick all the boxes. Oh, and for those who love a good deal, pre-owned versions of this beauty are going for about $15,000 to $17,000. Isn't it great when a watch not only tells time, but also tells your taste? Rolex Explorer 36, reference 124273. So the steel and gold Rolex Explorer dropped in 2021, and let's just say it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely got its fans. Up until its release, the Explorer wasn't seen flaunting that roll saw, Rolex speak for their steel and gold combo, swagger. This piece sports a 36mm case that's 11.5mm thick, stretches 45.5mm tip to tip, and clings with a 20mm lug width. Apparently it still rocks that classic Explorer vibe with the unmistakable black 369 dial that's all about sleek, understated cool. The bracelet, a smart oyster in steel, jazzed up with shiny yellow gold center links. Under the surface, it's powered by Rolex's Caliber 3230, an automatic powerhouse that keeps you ticking for a solid 70 hours. But what about at retail? You're looking at $14,500. But here's the kicker. Pop over to Chrono24 and you might just snag a pre-loved one starting around $9,500, or even a brand spanking new one for just over $11,000. That's snagging luxury without burning your entire wallet. Sometimes the best treasures are found off the beaten track, or in this case, off the retail tag. Rolex Yacht-Master 42, reference 226659. If you're all about that subtle luxury life, let's talk about the white gold Rolex Yacht-Master on an Oysterflex bracelet. It's a standout in the Rolex lineup, especially for those who dig the mix of classy metal and chill rubber vibes. Among its family, the 42mm white gold version really nails that sleek, understated luxury look. But hold up the judgments. This watch isn't just another pretty face. With a 42mm case and 21mm lug spacing, it's sized just right for presence without being overbearing. Inside, it's powered by Rolex's Caliber 3235, similar to the streamlined Caliber 3230 in the Explorer. What's really cool here is the combo of the matte black bezel, with its polished numbers alongside the black Oyster Flex bracelet. It's like the watch equivalent of wearing a tuxedo with designer sneakers. And let's not skip over those oversized white gold markers on the dial. They're big, bold, and just scream sophistication. It's definitely a piece that knows how to make an entrance without trying too hard. So are you thinking about getting one? Retail's around $38,000, but if you play your cards right, you could snag a pre-owned one for about $28,000 or a new one just north of $30,000. It's for those who want their bling to whisper, not shout. Rolex Day-Date 40, reference 228239. If you're eyeing a Rolex that's more on the refined side, have you ever considered the Day-Date in white gold? Personally, we'd usually lean towards the 36mm Day-Date in yellow gold, but there's something really special about the 40mm white gold model. It's got a bit less flash than its yellow gold sibling, but don't let that fool you. It comes with some seriously cool dial options, including standout green and blue hues. Speaking of specs, this version isn't shy on the details. We're talking a 40mm white gold case that's a neat 12mm thick and stretches out to 47.4mm end to end, with a comfy 21mm between the lugs. It's decked out with the iconic President bracelet, which really ties the whole luxe look together perfectly. Now, if the green dial is the showstopper for us, the blue dial isn't far behind. It's like choosing between a vintage Cabernet and a fine Scotch. Either way, you're winning. If you're thinking about picking one up, a pre-owned blue dial might run you about $45,000, while grabbing a new one starts around $47,000. Retail, you're looking at roughly $52,000, so if your wallet's feeling adventurous, this could be a classy way to indulge. Rolex Submariner Date. Rounding out our top 5 is a watch that really steals the show for me, the two-tone sub. Now, a steel sub is solid, but there's something irresistible about a full gold Submariner. My absolute favorite? The white gold Submariner Date model 126619, with its sleek black dial and striking blue bezel insert. It's a magical combo that mixes understated elegance with the sub's legendary rugged charm, like a rock star in a finely tailored suit. This beauty stepped onto the scene in 2020, replacing the Smurf reference 116619, and honestly, it's just taken things to a whole new level. It sports a 41mm white gold case that's neither too hefty nor too dainty at 12.3mm thick. It measures 48.2mm lug to lug, with a comfortable 21mm between those lugs. Under the hood, it runs on the trusty Rolex caliber 3235, which you might remember from the Yacht-Master I mentioned earlier. The white gold oyster bracelet? It's a showstopper with polished center links that play off the brushed ones, giving it that classic Rolex touch. Looking to make one yours? It lists at $50,000, but the savvy shopper might grab a pre-owned one for around $30,000, or a new one from the grey market for about $35,000. Finding this stunner for less than a list? Definitely doable, and a heck of a way to upgrade your wrist game. So while snagging any current stainless steel Rolex model at below retail prices is still a pipe dream, the story changes a bit when you look into the gold and two-tone models. It's true 4 out of the 5 watches we talked about today carry hefty price tags, even on the pre-owned market. But it's been quite an eye-opener to see some of them dipping below their original retail prices. Aside from the two-tone Explorer, which didn't quite hit the mark for me, the rest have been pretty stellar finds. I mean, who would have thought the OS GMT market and that sleek white gold Submariner would see prices slide under retail? Those were some pleasant surprises, not just for their price tags, but for their drop-dead gorgeous designs as well. There's a whole world of options out there that might just tickle your fancy. So I'm curious, what are your top picks for Rolex models going for less than retail these days? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you've enjoyed our little horological tour, don't forget to like and subscribe to Opulent Oasis for more insights into the luxe life of watches. Catch you in the next video.